Hello, welcome to Talking Film, where we break down every fortnight of the biggest movie news, and we discuss it and analyze it and all that good stuff. So yeah, my name's Daniel. Nick's on the other side, and I guess we should start talking about movie news. um, and I think we should probably start talking about D23, although I don't know if we should just combine it all or should break down each studio. How do you want to do it, Nick?
I reckon we should break it down rather than just because then we'll have a more focused discussion if we talk about each individual item of news. So we'll go by like Pixar, then or Disney, then Pixar, then Marvel, then Lucasfilm, or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we'll start off with Walt Disney Pictures, and I guess Walt Disney Animation Studios, because they're combined as well. The biggest news coming out from Disney Pictures would be Pirates of the Caribbean, I think. Orlando Bloom.
Arguably. Not much came out from that. It was a bit on Through the Looking Glass or something, but
yeah, they released posters for that and the costumes and stuff like that. And not really much. I don't know if the panel showed the trailer for the movie, because surely they've already got footage that would have shown for D23.
I think. They did. They showed footage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I never heard about Alice in Wonderland except for the posters.
Yeah, I remember reading a description about it, but I fell asleep reading it.
It's just too bad Disney does not release their trailers, so we can't talk about the trailers. Unlike sometimes.
No, we can't. But we will when the trailer is released, so stay tuned.
Yeah, in the next, 4 months? 3 months.
Yeah, well, it'll come. There's going to be a trailer sooner or later. Someday they'll release a trailer for some movies that we will then talk about on the show. Today is not the day we're going to talk about Through the Looking Glass, but one day we will. Anyway, back to Pirates of the Caribbean. Are you excited?
No. I've only seen 2 of them.
No, me too, but I'm still excited because, pirates. Arr!
Not a fan.
I'm going to watch this one. I haven't seen the last one, the 2011 one. What was that? Stranger Tides, I think. Yeah. On Stranger Tides. I did not see that one. I've seen the third one and the second one a bit. And maybe a little bit of the first one too. I played the video game, the Lego version of the video game.
There was
Lego. I kind of have an idea of how the story goes.
That's the first I'm hearing about that.
Yeah, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Wow, I just love games where you get to be a pirate. They're just, yeah.
Okay, I thought Assassin's Creed was on the pirate game.
Anyway, Orlando Bloom doesn't really excite me that much though, just because he's like in the first 3 or whatever, and he's returning. I don't think that's very exciting.
It is,
but maybe that's just because I'm not a fan at heart.
It's more for the hardcore fans. More to get excited about.
But it also seems a bit discontinuous with the franchise, because it kind of ended. His story kind of ended in the third one, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know why they'd bring him back, except maybe as a cameo. But they brought Legolas back in The Hobbit, and that didn't really make much sense from a story perspective. But then again, that was for the fans. But I think one thing Hollywood has to learn sometimes is that doing stuff for the fans and fan service in a movie is sometimes not the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends. Overall story. Maybe they got something good for him. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I think The Hobbit went really downhill because of fan service. I think a lot of its flaws come from fan service, because, like, when Lord of the Rings came out, the fan base of the Lord of the Rings wasn't as big as it was after the Lord of the Rings came out. And so when The Hobbit started, there was this huge fan base ready to see it, and so they were catering to that fan base. That's what they were selling tickets to, and they just went full guns blazing, and it brought down the quality of the films. People don't love this stuff because of it's kind of Jurassic World had a few similar problems, but it like turned them on its head in my opinion. I know a lot of people disagreed. A lot of the fan service was a little bit over the top in that as well. But The Hobbit is, I can't think of a worse abuser of this problem than The Hobbit. But anyway, it sounds like they're going the same track with Pirates of the Caribbean, is what I'm trying to say.
I guess they'll want to make at least some sort of news to at least drive up maybe some of the older fans, because what I remember, Pirates of the Caribbean Stranger Tides was the worst performer domestically, I think, compared to the previous.
Yeah, but it's amazing worldwide. If your film is going to gross over $1 billion worldwide, you're going to get a sequel. That's it. End of story. Harry Potter 9, let's go.
No. What else for Disney Pictures?
Got Toy Story 5, didn't we?
There was the Jungle Book, which apparently I had no expectations to see
I'm excited
Jungle Book at all, and then ever since I heard like all positive, great things from about the trailer, I'm like, I want to see it now. I can't wait.
I'm really excited about it. They can do so much with that. I mean, it's a classic story. It's not just a Disney movie. It was famous before that, and just this sounds like a different take on it. And you know what excites me the most is Jon Favreau. I know he did Cowboys and Aliens, but most of his films have been really, really good. Like his Iron Man, even Iron Man 2, it was all right. It was a bit rushed, but it had the potential, right? So Iron Man is amazing. He did so well with Iron Man as its own standalone picture. It wasn't really designed to fit into the MCU. The first Iron Man, it was just designed to be a great adaptation of the Iron Man comic. I don't know if you've seen Elf, his movie, his Christmas movie, but it's hilarious. I love that. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I think Jon Favreau is a really talented, and Chef was really good too. I think he's a really talented director, and I can't wait to see what he does with Jungle Book. That's what got me the most excited. And everybody, if you haven't seen all of Jon Favreau's films, you should, because he's one of the best blockbuster filmmakers around today, I think.
Yeah, he did a really good job in Iron Man. I don't know what kind of different take you can get with the Jungle Book. I don't know. I heard that this is a musical. They did play a clip of the Bare Necessities. So it just sounds like, I mean, it doesn't really go to a different take, but it sounds like maybe it could be like Cinderella, where it's really sort of like the original, but only maybe change that slightly.
The difference is, sorry, I have to say, the difference between Cinderella and the Jungle Book is, the Jungle Book is based on a story that's kind of very different to the Disney adaptation, and it's more of a I think it's Rudyard Kipling's story, whereas Cinderella is based on a fairy tale, and that's kind of this thing that's changed forms throughout the centuries, right? So Cinderella's kind of become known by the Disney version of the story. Whereas Jungle Book, I don't think is so well known as the story of Cinderella, that they can kind of do whatever with the Jungle Book, and no one will say, "Oh, that's not the Jungle Book." They can do whatever. Whereas with Cinderella, if they change too many elements of the story, it's like, that's not Cinderella anymore. Makes sense? So that's why Cinderella had to be so much like the animated movie, whereas don't think it has to be like that with the Jungle Book. So I'll be a little bit disappointed if I see the Jungle Book just in a live-action version of the animated film.
And do you think Warner Bros. Might have that problem when they come to the Jungle Book Origins, where pretty much they can't have...
I don't think it's Origins anymore. I think they dropped that title. But yeah, I know their version of it. Again, Andy Serkis directing. I think that's so great. That's going to be fantastic. But I hope their take is I reckon they need to go really dark with their take. Obviously, Jon Favreau's is going to be very family friendly. I think WB needs to be really, really dark with their interpretation. So just to differentiate themselves, I reckon they can both exist. They just can't be too similar.
Going dark doesn't mean anything good. Snow White and the Huntsman is an example of going dark and it doesn't work at all.
Cast Kristen Stewart, you're doomed.
No, I don't think Kristen Stewart was the fault of that movie. It seems like Alice in Wonderland. Why the hell does Snow White need to be...
That's a bad example.
Why does Snow White need to be a swordsman?
Gritty stuff can be good, okay? Just because there's grit doesn't mean it's bad. Okay, I think if they do it right, they can say a lot with the Jungle Book. They need to do one. I reckon. Okay, I rephrase it. WB should do one more closely related to the original story, an adaptation more closely related rather than the Disney-fied version.
Okay. What else Disney Pictures did they announce? I can't really remember anything else from Disney Pictures. Surely
I don't
that's.
know. I thought you would have written it down, but
No.
probably we had that time before we started to talk about. Maybe we should have written down what they talked about.
Did they show anything for the BFG and Pete's Dragon?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. While there was a mention of it, I don't think there was much. But anyway,
Okay.
that's kind of the general gist of the Disney Pictures panel. It was probably the least newsworthy of the presentations, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah. So let's move on to Walt Disney Animation Studios, where they announced Wreck-It Ralph 2 for November 2018. Yay! I'm joking. That didn't do that, but still waiting for that.
No, I know they didn't do that.
Yeah, but that going on.
But you were very convincing then, and I bet you just let down. Everybody just closed their lid in frustration of the laptops because you just completely let them down.
No, I guess the big thing Disney Animation announced would be Zootopia and Gigantic.
Obviously it's
Moana.
Gigantic.
But yeah, Gigantic was.
No doubt about it.
What do you think of the title for Gigantic?
Well, it's in keeping with the tradition of Tangled, Frozen, and Gigantic. It's like
Giants was good enough. Giants was good enough. I like the title Giants, and then they call it Gigantic. It doesn't sound like good of a title.
Neither does Frozen.
Yeah, well,
I'd rather Frozen have been called the Snow Queen, personally. That sounds better. Anyway,
Gigantic. I don't know what they're doing with Gigantic.
But I just think it's weird. It shows how much the movie-going audience has changed. That in order to get people to see your movie, you can't have the word Queen or I don't know, Rapunzel. You can't name Tangled Rapunzel because that's like, oh, Rapunzel, that's a girl's movie. Whereas all the trailers for Tangled showed how cool the guy was, whatever. And yeah, he's pretty cool.
So they better not change Moana's title. They better not do that because
they can't.
I'm shocked they're keeping that title. I really am shocked they're keeping that.
Please don't change Moana. That's my most anticipated. That's nearly my most anticipated animated film for the next. That's announced at the moment. I think I'm more excited for that than Coco.
Wow. So Dory's just keeps on swimming away from you then.
No, I'm not that excited for Dory. I hope it's good, but I don't need it in my life.
Yeah. Okay.
I love Pixar. I love Pixar. After The Good Dinosaur, obviously The Good Dinosaur is the one I'm most excited for. But after that, then I think Moana is.
What do you think about Zootopia? They announced some of the character designs, and they also played the trailer, but which we didn't get to see the trailer. So, yet we will eventually. We should be seeing that trailer very soon, actually.
Interesting. It sounds borderline. I think we may have discussed this in the past. I don't know if it was on the show or not. It sounds borderline Chicken Little. It sounds almost like the whole animals living in a city kind of thing, and animals being the main characters, and they wear clothes and they walk around and stuff. It's been done. I'm worried, but I mean, Disney's showed themselves capable. And can I just say that? Keep going.
I'm not too worried because they probably went back to Chicken Little and were like, damn it, we can tell a better story with animals.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And from what the story sounds like, it sounds really good, actually, the story.
Just because there's a lot of bad versions of something done before. So I'm thinking of, like, let's take Kingsman as an example of a kind of teen spy comedy done right. Because there was... there's so many British ones that were so bad. There was the Cody Banks or whatever, and then there was
that's a good movie.
Stormbreaker and
okay,
all those ones that
I can agree with that one.
Really should have all those ones that really should have been they were always going to be terrible, let's face it. But Kingsman really turned that on its head and made it into a really fun genre, really fun spin on the subgenre. Whereas I know it's a completely different thing, but the animated talking animals movie hasn't really been done right before, and except maybe since the early Disney days. So I think that I'm talking about Rescuers. I'm thinking Rescuers.
I was going to say Shrek has a lot of talking animals, and Madagascar's all about talking animals.
More talking fairy tale characters. I mean, would you call the main characters? I mean, Donkey, obviously, but Donkey doesn't walk around on his hind legs and wear a nice suit. It's different. I like the idea of the main characters. I think the fox and the hare or whatever, that sounds interesting. But I have faith in Disney, just like I have faith in Pixar for everything they do. I have faith in Disney for everything they do. And in fact, I'm always hoping, whether it's from no matter what animation studio, that I'm hoping for the best. I always give a film the benefit of the doubt until I hear or see more about it. So I'm hoping Zootopia is just as good as their last 3 or 4, 5 films. It's been about 5 films in a row now. They've been hitting the nail on the head, Disney. So.
What do you think about Moana? Did you hear the song that they played for the?
I'm so excited! Moana looks amazing. I just said all I need to say is it's like my most anticipated animated film in the next few years. So after Good Dinosaur, so like that's all you need to know. I mean, that concept art just blew me away. Did you see the concept art? It was amazing. Yeah, everybody go check out the concept art. Have we got a link on our page? We do somewhere. Concept art for Moana. Just go and check it out. It's really, it makes me want to see it as a 2D animated film, which would have been amazing, but this is still the next best thing.
I loved Dwayne Johnson's line. He comes out saying, "Oh, I'm finally part of the Disney family." And then I'm here thinking, what, you forgot about your 2 other Disney films you did for Disney, The Game Plan and Race to Witch Mountain? Obviously, you forgot about those.
Tooth Fairy, that was Disney, wasn't it?
No, I think it was Fox.
Oh, right, okay. I just assumed that. I don't know.
Who watches
Journey 2? That wasn't Disney, no. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, really excited for Moana.
What else? Disney also has a November 2019 date, which they didn't specify, which means Wreck-It Ralph 2 is either for that, or Frozen 2 is either for that.
You're just waiting for that, aren't you? It's just like, that's the new Incredibles 2. It's like, announce Wreck-It Ralph 2. That's the new thing. It's like no one can ever be satisfied. It's like they announce a film and then, no, that's great, but that's just the first step towards this film's sequel. And we're causing the problem here, but I'll get to Incredible. Maybe if we have time, I'll get to Incredibles 2 later. But this is, I definitely do want Wreck-It Ralph 2, mind you. I'm excited for what Disney has announced so far, and I'm so surprised we didn't hear a thing about Frozen 2 in that presentation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or Wreck-It Ralph, because John C. Reilly came out just a couple of weeks before D23. So.
Is the go with Disney just acting like sequels don't exist?
Sequels don't exist?
No, Disney Animation is acting like sequels don't exist.
Well, they've done only a couple of sequels so far. They haven't. Oh, if you don't count the Disney Toon ones. If you count theatrical ones.
Yeah, well,
not much.
I think I think it's just Pixar. It's just the comparison with Pixar that bothers me. Don't you think? It's like Pixar's got 4 sequels or whatever.
Yeah, Pixar's got more sequels than Disney Animation now.
Yeah, that's why I don't get it. Because Disney should be able to do just as much. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we should move on to Pixar now. And the biggest thing, I think we can all admit, the biggest thing out of Pixar, and just judging by Facebook and Twitter trends, The Incredibles 2 was the most exciting thing coming out from Pixar. Just seeing the poster made my day.
Okay, this is a good segue. Let's use this to go into the Pixar Animation Studios panel. All right. I'm very excited for Incredibles 2. Let's state that. But everybody's saying, "Oh, yay, Incredibles 2. Oh no, Cars 3." They can't take one or the other. They have to be like, Pixar's just gone sequel crazy right now. The Incredibles 2 counts as one of those sequels. You can't just say, "Oh, Pixar's got gone sequel crazy. All we needed was Incredibles 2." No, if you're going to ask for one sequel, you're encouraging them to make 1,000 sequels. So it's like, there you go. You get your wish, but you've got all these with it. You have to deal with it.
People don't really want Cars 3, and I'm with them. I'm here to say hashtag stop.
I disagree. I don't think The Incredibles needed a sequel. I'm like the only person on this boat. The Incredibles doesn't need a sequel. but people have been barracking for it forever and ever and ever. It was a fine movie by itself, and it's a fantastic film. It does not need a sequel, but the sequel can still be great. Just like Cars 2 does not need a sequel, but the sequel could be great. Let's just say that. I'm exactly saying that. That's what I'm saying. Okay?
I was surprised when John Lester came out talking about Finding Dory, and he says that, oh, the most asked questions we get is, when are we going to make another Finding Nemo? And I'm like, no, Ellen's the one that's been saying she wants another Finding Nemo. Everyone else is saying about The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. But I just think it's interesting and indicative of how people's mind, like how pop culture works, is that a lot of the times the voices that are heard are not the only voices that the voices that are spoken are not always the only voices that are heard. So, like, I'm sure there are 1,000 kids saying, I love Cars 2, I want Cars 3. And we never hear those on the internet. We only hear, oh, we didn't need Cars 3. So, I mean, they're catering to different audiences. And if you don't like Cars, then that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But it's not everybody shares their opinion that they don't need Cars 3. Same with Incredibles 2. Just because you want it doesn't mean everybody wants it.
Which is the great thing about movies and art in general. It's all subjective. Anyone can want anything. Like, some people are probably excited for Transformers 5, even though we're not really that excited for another one.
No, I reckon that I'd take 5 Cars movies before I take another Transformers one.
But yeah, well, if you take a look at Pixar's, there's like 4 sequels with 1 original film. If you don't count Good Dinosaur, but like an original film we didn't really know about, there's 4 sequels and only 1 original in the months of this pool of sequels from Pixar. We should talk about Pixar's original film that they finally unveiled, and I'm glad it's finally got a title, although, like Gigantic, I don't really like that title much better.
I remember the first thing you said to me, the first thing you said to me when you found out about this title. It was like, it sounds like someone's ordering a coffee, or it sounds like someone's ordering a beverage, a hot beverage, Coco. I want a ticket to Coco. You want a large or a small? I don't know I don't know what the title means. That's probably one of the reasons we don't like it. We don't know what it stands for.
The title. I'm really curious about this film. I've been curious since Lee Unkrich.
The title's fine. We got a lot of movies made worse titles.
I
can't think of one right now, but
I think they went with this title because they couldn't get from what I heard, I could be wrong, but Pixar was trying to trademark Day of the Dead for the movie.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, a couple of years ago. I don't know if that was true or not.
That was a terrible title. I'd rather Coco. Day of the Dead's a terrible. That's so generic. Coco seems more personal.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's what I have to say on the matter. I'm a bit disappointed we didn't find out more, considering it's only coming out 2 years away. We should have probably got some concept art at least, or some more of idea of the story. But I mean, the test footage or the sample footage or whatever they had that they showed.
Oh, actually, that was
yeah, that sounds interesting. It sounds like it'll be a fun movie. Hopefully, and heartfelt. It's Lee Unkrich, so I'm always excited. But obviously, there's not enough information yet to excite me as much as Moana.
I'm really excited just because we don't really know what Lee Unkrich can do. Yes, we know he did a great movie with Toy Story 3, but that was already an existing property. I mean, yes, he went past expectations because we had such a long wait for that film. But I'm very curious to see what he can do with an original film, original material. I'm really interested to see what he can do and what he can bring to that film. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm so excited for Coco. Yeah,
obviously. Now let's talk about the sequels, because we've already been talking for 25 minutes about all this. The sequels, Disney's... Pixar's sequels.
Toy Story 4, yay! Can't wait.
A love story. This is probably one of the biggest news from the thing, and it was revealed before the actual presentation. It's a love story between Woody and Bo Peep.
Yes. Woody deserves some happiness in his life, so Yay towards that. Woo!
Watch them make Bo Peep the main character.
Well, they can do whatever
I'm
because
saying it. I'm calling it now.
there is nothing to her except just having something there for Woody. There is like nothing to her character. She's sweet, and she likes Woody. That's all we know about her character. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Although I'm not convinced they can do that for the whole 90-minute movie. So, yeah.
This is all I'm thinking, though. All I'm thinking is that this is just, I'm so cynically, this is just confirmed to me. This news is just confirmed to me. This is an unnecessary sequel that's just been designed to capitalize on the success of Toy Story 3.
They could have just done this as a television special. A Valentine's Day television special.
Yeah, maybe that's what it started as. Then
probably.
I thought, wow, let's make this Toy Story 4. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about this. Like, Toy Story 4 is obviously very touchy. Like, very out of all Pixar's sequels, it's the one that's most controversial because Toy Story 3, the first 3 Toy Stories are a perfect trilogy that kind of amazingly reviewed, and this just seems like a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, if only it was directed by Lord and Miller.
Wow. I never thought of a Pixar Lord and Miller film, but now I want it. But I'm never going to get that. I hope so.
Well, we are getting a Han Solo one.
Oh
well. There's not really much else to add other than I think this has got bad idea written all over it. So hopefully I'm proven wrong. This is the one I'm least excited for. Even more than Cars 3. I'm terrified about Toy Story 4.
I'm anything Toy Story. I'm always going to be at least excited for it.
So far they've done pretty well.
I don't want it though.
Haven't they? With the television specials and the shorts, they've done really well with keeping the quality, maintaining the quality. So maybe.
Shorts, not so much, except for Hawaiian Vacation. I really like that, but I didn't like the others. But television special-wise, they've been pretty good, actually.
I really liked the Toy Story of Carol one. That was funny.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Especially making Jessie the main character. That's what they should have done. They should have Toy Story 4. Jessie should have been the main character. They set that up so well.
But we've already got that Toy Story of Terror. That's her film right there.
Yeah, I know, but they could have progressed that further. Anyway.
They could have.
Anyway, as for Finding Dory, which is obviously after Good Dinosaur, we don't really need to talk about the Good Dinosaur because it's coming out soon.
The anime.
I heard everything. So I think Finding Dory released its first still. It was a still that was released, wasn't it? In the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They might have shown footage of it as well. Because it should be close now to be finishing.
They did. I can't remember.
Surely they would have. At least a clip.
I think they might have.
Or a teaser trailer, because we should be getting that.
I think they did. I think they showed the teaser trailer, yeah. I think they did, but I don't think there was much of a reaction to it. I don't think it got, such a reaction. So I think it was... The crowd cheered the most, I think, when Coco was announced, but that's not to be... Yeah, not that surprising, really. Finding Dory...
Yeah, Finding Dory, Modern Family, the movie.
Modern Family, another Modern Family actor. It seems really weird. The characters they've got these people voicing, it's like a beluga whale that thinks it's got a head injury, and a octopus that has 7 arms instead of 8 or something. It's like this. It's actually really Finding Nemo when you think about it. It's really Andrew Stanton creating characters with these silly flaws that are sources of comedy, but also for heartfelt moments. Maybe we'll be surprised.
Maybe.
I mean, faith in Andrew Stanton. He made WALL-E. He made Finding Nemo, and he did the not as bad as you think it was, John Carter.
I didn't know it was that bad. It was all right. I just think it was just
really
too many elements from other films. It just felt a bit already seen this kind of vibe, but I didn't thought it was too bad. It's actually, if you can believe it or not, it's actually Taylor Kitsch's best film ever. So
it's not hard. That actor's career sunk like a battleship.
I forgot all about that movie until now. Thanks for reminding me that shit existed. We should probably move on to. We'll just combine Marvel and Lucasfilm together. What do you think about their slates of news?
Oh man, I can't wait for them to release the Civil War trailer. Come on, release it, release it. I've just seen so much stuff. There's been leaked set photos and stuff of Black Panther, and oh my god, just release the trailer, please. So excited for that movie.
We're not going to get it till October. That's usually where Marvel's may release.
October at the earliest.
Mm-hmm. Although next month we should be getting Jungle Book and Zootopia at least, because they're coming out in March, so they really need to start pushing those films up. Actually, I was surprised when I heard that Jungle Book was April.
We'll get the Finding Dory one in November as well, I reckon.
Yeah, of course. Good Dinosaurs, so we'll get that. And then Alice in Wonderland 2 should be marketing up before the end of
so
this.
we'll start getting a lot of 2016 trailers in the next few months, so that's going to be fun to talk about. But
he's got a lot at the start of next year. A lot.
As for the panels for Marvel and Lucasfilm, back to that, what we're supposed to be talking about. Like Civil War was basically the main news. They didn't talk about much beyond 2016. In fact, they didn't talk about anything beyond 2016 for Marvel. So did they do anything for Doctor Strange? They did, didn't they?
Yeah, they Benedict Cumberbatch had a video. And they also gave like some of the production design stills and what Doctor Strange would look like in costume. I think what I've heard as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to 2016. Is going to be another 2014 for Marvel. I know it. I can feel it. I can feel it. It makes sense. We started with a Captain America movie, and we ended with a origin story kind of movie. We had the two films in 2014, so I think it's very similar. And I'm really excited for Marvel next year.
We had a sort of a Captain America movie, and then we had an origin film, and then next year we're gonna have a Captain America movie, and then another origin film.
But anyway, so what about you?
I never really heard much about Star Wars.
No,
except for
they revealed something about Rogue One. They saw the photo. The photo was released, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the only thing. But they didn't really drive up in just Force Awakens, though.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Star Wars. I mean, all aboard Star Wars. Like all engines go for Star Wars. Let's go. Force Awakens, Rogue One. I'm really, really excited. So that still just looks amazing. That cast is even more amazing. That is such a brilliant cast, and I really enjoyed Godzilla. So Gareth Edwards, all on board.
Okay. Well, as long as he shows the action and
all the stuff,
screen, I'm good for that.
Check all the stuff about D23 over the last 2 weeks, and there's so much came out. We've filled half an hour of discussion with it. It's impossible to talk about it all in depth. Yeah. So I mean, I think it was very positive. All up, I think it was very a lot of news came out of it. It was very exciting. It really got me excited about the future of Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Pixar. I think they're going to have some great films out of that. Obviously, there's going to be a few dodgy ones, but I think at least 2/3 of all the films that were teased at D23 this year will be great. I would think only 1/3 will disappoint. So I think there's going to be a better success to disappointment ratio.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Lone Rangers.
And we've got some more Star Wars news. Don't know how I pronounce his name. I'm going to be Colin Trevorrow. That's how you pronounce his name?
Oh, that's right. That came out. How did we forget this?
I can't pronounce the last
name. I think.
Trevorrow. Directing Star Wars 9. Pretty much
that was at D23 as well, I think. That's
Well, let's put that there as well.
And that just ties into all his comments this week about the women in film and directors. Did you see that? His controversial statements and stuff he made?
I didn't read it, but I heard he said something about females.
Right. Anyway, I'm just like, just you're digging yourself a deeper hole, mate. I know you're trying to do it, say the right thing, but just really just shut up about this thing, because the whole controversy of his portrayal of Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World is still like affecting him. He's still become a little bit. Yeah, I think he's a very talented filmmaker, and of Jurassic World's problems, I think most of them were in the script. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed Jurassic World. I think it had great ambition, great ideas behind it, and it was great set piece blockbuster, right? And just it was supposed to be the most over the top blockbuster of all, and became the third highest grossing movie of all time in the process, which is so ironic considering people want to see spectacle, people want to see Indominus Rex, and Indominus Rex definitely paid Universal back. But I think, well, at least Jurassic World didn't go on and eat people and kill people. But I don't know. Now I'm going off on a tangent. I really love Jurassic World, guys. Anyway, I think Colin Trevorrow, right, as a director is really great. He still has yet to prove himself. I know he made Jurassic World, but he still has yet to prove himself as a creative director, because I think the script let Jurassic World down. If it had a better script, it would have been amazing. But I think his story and his vision for the film was solid. And I know he's not going to have. I don't think he's writing the script for 9.
I don't know, but he might have input. Because didn't he have input in Jurassic World as well? I don't think he wrote it, but I think he had input.
Oh, he wrote a lot of it, I think, in Jurassic World. Okay. But anyway, so I think this time we'll see a very different film from Jurassic World, because I think the whole point of Jurassic World was that it was over the top. I think a lot of people missed that point. A lot of the critics that didn't like it missed the point that it was supposed to be over the top. And I know the whole heels running on the high heels thing is a bit controversial and hard to defend. But I don't know. The whole idea of the whole film itself was supposed to be, a lot of the flaws that people pointed out were supposed to be there, because it's like, obviously, it's self-reflexive. The Indominus Rex was this big spectacle that was supposed to wow the audiences. So was Jurassic World as a film, and the Indominus Rex had flaws. So did the Jurassic World the film? It kind of fits. I don't know if it was intentional, but it fits, and I think that works. Whereas I think Star Wars doesn't have that excuse. So I think Episode 9 is do or die for Trevorrow. If it's bad, then it's Trevorrow's fault. If it's good, then it's well, there we go. Jurassic World was not the film to judge him on. I've gone. It took me a long time to say, but that was really what I was trying to say the whole time.
I'll just say mine like a couple of words. Yeah. Not really sure because of Jurassic World, so we'll see.
I'm glad. At least it's not Josh Trank.
He was attached to a Star Wars film before.
He was. Thank God. Thank God he's not gonna. Thank God they jumped that ship.
I still love Chronicle. I still love Chronicle. I know you don't like it, but I still love it.
Not really big fan.
And we might as well. I know we're running over time, but it's in it's pretty much in the title of the video, so we have to address it. Scooby-Doo. There's going to be another Scooby-Doo movie. This time it's going to be animated, and it's finally set for September 21st, 2018. After hearing talks about being in development since I think last year we heard about that. And Tony Corvone is helming the project. I'm not sure that means he's directing it, but he's gonna. I guess he's going to be the one that's going to be making all the creative decisions towards this film. So
yes.
To us, they didn't say if it's traditionally animated, because what we heard last year was that it was supposed to be traditionally animated. But the reason why I think this could actually be CGI is the release date is indicating something like that. If it's traditionally animated, they wouldn't take 3 years to get it for September 2018. I mean, the Simpsons movie took a year and a half to make. they started January 2006 and ended about June 2007. So they took about a year and a half to make that. So I think this is going to be CGI because usually CGI takes about 2 to 3 years to complete. Although I'm just assuming, I'm just speculating.
It's traditionally animated. I'm only excited for this if it's traditionally animated because that's what Scooby-Doo is, and I think.
Yeah. But it's such a long wait, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't think it automatically means it's CG that it's that far away. It could just mean that they announced it really early.
Okay.
Right. And they're still in the development process for the story, etc. But if it's traditionally animated, I am really, really excited because a Scooby-Doo movie that's traditionally animated is something that's really, really missing from this generation of Hollywood, I guess. This generation. I mean, obviously, Scooby-Doo has appealed to generations and generations, right? Right from when it first came on the TV to the modern day. Kids still love it. It's timeless, and I think that a movie right now is perfect to reinvigorate its popularity. And I have a soft spot for the live action movies. Actually, I'm a really big fan of Scooby-Doo in general. So I know that they have their flaws, and I know the sequel is not that great, but the first one is actually not that bad. In my memory, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I really enjoyed it as a kid. So.
From what I can remember, I think I like the sequel better, but
the sequel was messy.
Well, I haven't seen it for my life.
The sequel was really messy, but just it was. Yeah, I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan, so this will be great. If it's even if it's CG, it might stand a chance, but I don't think Scooby-Doo belongs in a CG environment. But we'll
they could do what they're going to do with Peanuts, cross CGI with traditional animated.
They could, but on the other hand, Peanuts should have been traditionally animated, even better.
Although at least it's not fully CGI that movie, so
yeah, okay, yeah, that's just a compromise though. Anyway, we better move on to box office because we're running really over time.
The box office. Crap, I'm going to be starting first. I don't really have anything written down, so I'm going to wing this whole thing. And if I lose, well then I'm not doing this ever again.
You're already winning, so got nothing to lose. If you lose, it's a tie.
Actually, I'll still be a point ahead, so because I'm on 19, you're on 17 now. So. Okay, and number one, Straight Outta Compton. Yes, it dropped 56%, but I think it's going to have a bit of a smaller drop. So I think maybe 15 million at best. And number two, oh, this is a hard one. Man.
I told you it's a hard weekend. This is why I planned mine before.
I'm just going to go. At number two, I think it's going to be We Are Your Friends. I think it's going to be $9 million. I think it's going to be just less than 10 million.
You don't have to give a number. Just to save yourself humiliation.
I am. Okay. It makes me feel better that I'm estimating the numbers for where I'm putting these films. At number three, I'd say Mission Impossible 5, just because it keeps dropping small, and I think it get about maybe 7. Like Ant-Man. Ant-Man dropped a bit around when it was in its teens. At number 4, I'll go with... Oh, man, what's coming out this week again? What is War Room? Number 4, I'll go with... crap. I'll go with Hitman. No, I'll go with The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
What about No Escape?
I'll go for The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And number 5, I'll go with No Escape.
You think it's going to bomb that much? That's a pretty big bomb if No Escape comes in fifth.
There's nothing drawing. Owen Wilson's not much of a draw. Pierce Brosnan's definitely not much of a draw. There's no big stars.
I'm worried.
I heard nothing. I only heard about this movie since yesterday. So for the fact that I've heard nothing about this movie, nah. So number 5. I mean, American Ultra.
No Escape has to make $7 million to be successful. No. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Let's get this. Knock this out really quickly. Number 1, We Are Your Friends. Number 2, Straight Outta Compton.
Number 1.
Yeah. I think We Are Your Friends is going to be number 1. Straight Outta Compton, number 2. Yeah. And then number 3, I think is going to be No Escape. Then number 4 is MI5. And number 5, I'm going to go with Sinister 2 because I think Hitman's going to drop like a rock.
Oh, well, none of us have Hitman in this, so
I reckon Man from U.N.C.L.E. is going to beat Hitman next weekend. It's just a matter. I don't know if it might beat Sinister 2, but I'm going to go with Sinister 2. So We Are Your Friends, Straight Outta Compton, No Escape, MI5, Rogue Nation, and Sinister 2.
We shall see who wins. I've heard bad things.
I think all 5 of those are this time.
We shall see. So thank you, everybody. Sorry, it's a bit overlong, what it usually is, about half an hour.
We talked too long about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Disney is at it again. Always making our episodes so much longer.
Disney.
So with that note, make sure to like our page at facebook.com/everythingfilm. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I should post something about some new movie review thing that me and Rob are going to do. I'll post that starting from tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll talk again next 2 weeks, every
2 weeks
Wednesday.
Time. Hopefully something happens in those 2 weeks because it doesn't sound like it's going to be a very newsworthy fortnight. But we'll scrape the bottom of the bucket and find stuff.
Yeah, we'll find out Disney's going to make live action Treasure Planet or Emperor's New Groove or something like that. So until next time, bye bye from now.
Ciao.